Hey guys, sorry for not being able to provide you with the gaming news yesterday. Unfortunately, that may happen from time to time as I'm needed by this little one. To make up for it, today's GameSpin news will cover both yesterday and today. So without further delay, here's your gaming news for today, Friday, August 28th, and yesterday, August 27th. And as always, you can find the source links in the description below to learn more about each topic. Valve and developer Psyonix announced that Rocket League is coming to Steam OS and Mac later this year. In addition, Valve has announced that everyone who pre-orders any piece of Steam hardware, the Steam controller, Steam Link, or Steam Machine, gets a free copy of that game and Portal 2. This applies to pre-orders through Steam and retail, and people who already pre-bought the hardware will also receive a free copy of Rocket League and Portal 2. With the Mad Max release date now just days away, Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment has confirmed that the PlayStation 4 edition of the Car Combat game is getting some exclusive content. This content comes in the form of 12 hood ornaments for your car. The DLC will be exclusive to PlayStation 4 through at least November 30th, after which point it may come to Xbox One and PC, though Warner Bros. Has yet to announce any specific plans. Neverwinter expansion Elemental Evil is coming to Xbox One on September 8th. The downloadable pack combines content from 4 expansions, including Elemental Evil, Fury of the Feywind, Shadow Mantle, and Curse of Icewind Dale, and will be made available for free. The Elemental Evil expansion brings with it a level cap increase, a new playable class in the form of Oathwind Paladin, new adventure zones, 4 endgame campaigns, and extra in-game dungeons for those looking to get some extra loot. Neverwinter is a free-to-play MMO which requires an active Xbox Live subscription that has seen some 2 million players since its launch earlier this year. Street Fighter V players eager to get back into the beta fight will be able to do so this weekend, according to the Capcom Unity blog. Beta testers may begin logging in today at 4 p.m. Pacific. The beta will run through September 2nd at 7 a.m. Pacific. Capcom expects the servers to run continuously throughout the 5-day beta period, barring any server resets for maintenance. Capcom has set up a new Twitter account for status updates, and users are encouraged to follow at SFVserver. It is recommended to use a wired connection instead of Wi-Fi for more stable speeds online and avoid file downloads while playing. After a rocky initial beta test, Capcom opted to stress test the Street Fighter V servers recently. It is not clear which build of the game players will have access to. Lionsgate Films will partner with Gearbox Software to bring the world of Borderlands to the big screen. Creative work on adapting the first-person shooter series will be overseen by Avi Arad, former Chief Creative Officer of Marvel Entertainment and producer of X-Men, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and The Amazing Spider-Man. XCOM 2 won't make its November release window and will instead be released February 5th, 2016. Firaxis Games says it needs a little more time to make it the best game possible. The turn-based strategy game is in development for Windows PC, where it will arrive first, and then follow on Linux and Mac. Console versions aren't planned. All PlayStation 4 and Xbox One owners will soon need at least 60 gigs of free space on their hard drives to play Destiny. Bungie has announced that the mandatory update going live on September 8th for all Destiny players, even those who don't buy The Taken King, will increase the game's total file size. The size of the update alone for both platforms is 18 gigs. Destiny players on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 will need a minimum of 30 gigs of storage space. Bungie also cautions that storage space requirements for all platforms could increase as additional space may be needed for setup, updates, and new features. Additional in-game updates could increase the file size even more. Valve has confirmed launch plans for its upcoming Vive virtual reality headset, which the company is developing through a partnership with HTC. As expected, the first Vive units will be available to the public later this year. However, only a limited quantity of those commercial units will be available at that time. The wider Vive product launch is slated for the first quarter of 2016, meaning sometime in the January to March window. Pricing for the commercial Vive headset models has not been announced. A special version of the Vive headset made specifically for developers has been available for free since May. HTC and Valve report that they've received over 10,000 requests for development kits since then. Though it's not clear how many units are actually in developers' hands, Valve says over 80 virtual reality games and experiences are in production for the Vive headset. The Vive World Tour continues this weekend at PAX Prime in Seattle, where anyone can try a number of demos. When the PC version of free-to-play role-playing game Fable Legends is released, you won't be able to buy it on Steam. That's according to developer Lionhead Studios' social media coordinator, who said so on Twitter. In another tweet, she said to a fan who asked if Fable Legends would be available through the Windows 10 store or Steam, "It will be available on Windows 10, but not Steam." Microsoft has yet to provide specifics regarding the PC launches of Fable Legends and Gears of War Ultimate Edition, two high-profile Xbox One games also coming to PC. However, it won't be surprising to learn that Microsoft would prioritize its own store over a competitor's. And that's our news for today and yesterday, which brings us to our GameSpin discussion of the day. How do you feel about games only being available on certain clients in order to push the success of those clients? Which clients are your favorite to use and why? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this and any other topic covered today in the comments below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please let us know by hitting that like button. And of course, if you dig what we're doing here at GameSpin, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again on Monday with more games industry coverage as it unfolds. Have a great weekend, everyone.